Hey, it's Wes here, and it's time to cover a new Hearthstone deck. This time for one of the classes that probably won the most out of the recent buffs that went out, Questline Rogue. Even though we aren't using too many of the buffed up cards, we are using Edwin in this deck, and we do have a really sneaky tech in the form of Red Herring. This was actually a deck idea that I had for before the nerfs and buffs actually went out, because I thought it would be a really neat idea if we could give Red Herring stealth, thus allowing all of our minions to have permanent stealth as long as the Red Herring stuck around on the board. And because there are a bunch of board-based decks right now, this can actually allow us to actually get a OTK off in a following turn by having a Red Herring that protects a bunch of our own minions. And while this doesn't sound like the best idea in the world, there were actually quite a few times where this exact situation actually came up. There is one change that I might want to have made with this deck, which would have been to swap out Edwin for Draka, but I used Edwin just because I thought, hey, it's a buffed up card, so why not? For the Mulligan guide of this deck, there are two basic strategies that you're looking for. Either early game SI cards such as SI Stalker, Extortion, Agent, or Operative, or the other idea is to look for Sinstone Graveyard with a bunch of cheap spells and minions that you can actually just cycle through, so you can actually get a 7/7 on like turn 2 or 3, which actually happened quite a few times when playing this deck. Alright, with the Mulligan guide out of the way, let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against Mage. This opening hand, Doors of Shadow is something that I only want to keep one of. The nice thing about Door of Shadows is it can only draw into itself, Shadow Step, or Gone Fishing, all of which are really cheap spells. Getting the Red Herring is not something that I would want to replace with both of those Door of Shadows, but it is what it is. Getting the two Smugglers is pretty cool. It doesn't really do anything for turn 2. Okay, there's Gone Fishing. Let's just use our hero power and attack face. We're probably going to have to drop one of these smugglers just so we can start to progress our questline. Not necessarily what I want to do, but 2 minions for the price of 1 isn't necessarily bad. Let's just attack face. Let's see what we can grab here. Okay, a minion that can instantly die to their hero power. Okay, not something I wanted to see. Okay, Nightborn Sanctum. They're going to freeze the 3/1. Or the 1/3. Oh, Shadow Step's interesting. We can put down another Smuggler, or we could bounce back the Smuggler that we have on the board. Oh, that's actually a pretty cool minion to get. Okay, what's our gadget? The weapon. Let's just use the weapon, attack face, and then attack the minion. Probably should have just went face there, but it is what it is. Just going to hit one of the Smugglers. Elise, that is not a card that I expected. Okay. Are people actually running Elise now in like Big Spell Mage? Okay, so we can put down a Play Fighter. Then we can attack into Elise, see what we can grab here. Stalker progress our questline a little bit. We can go face, that kills Elise. Then we can continue to go face. Let's do 2 bonus damage here. Okay, we're going to bounce back one of the Smugglers. It is going to start to get big on what it's going to be summoning. Okay, let's put down another Smuggler. Use Gone Fishing. That's actually a pretty funny card. I remember when that actually saw a lot of play in Rogue. I think it was Rogue. It might have actually been Druid. Might be thinking of Token Druid, to be honest. Okay, let's get the Battleground Battlemaster. Then we can just go face again. Next turn we can drop the Red Herring, depending on if we have space or not. Okay, Deathborn does clear out our board a little bit. Now, what do we want to do? The Cold Blood is actually kind of funny. Oh, a Assassin. We can drop the Red Herring here. It would protect some of our minions. And I don't think they have enough damage on board to kill the Red Herring in a turn. The nice thing about the red herring is it has 12 HP, which makes it incredibly difficult to actually remove from the board. And whatever they use to remove it from the board doesn't get used on our other minions, so we're actually in a better position. I'm actually kind of curious of what other classes could actually abuse the red herring. Something that could easily give it stealth, which I don't think exists too much. Okay, so they're going to get entire board. Extortion. Extortion doesn't give us lethal. Probably should have actually played Extortion to kill one of the minions and then go on from there. Then he has stealth, and then we can give our Herring stealth, and then I guess use a Gyro Blade just to do 2 damage to face, or 3 damage. Trying to think of what Skeleton Mage could actually have access to that would kill us. I don't think there's anything that could.
My hand is too full.
Okay, so they are just going to go face. The nice thing here is, I guess they could have a Deathborn. I don't know if it would kill us. It has a chance to kill us. Ooh, 1 HP. Oh, we win here. Okay, time for a game against Hunter. Curious of what type of Hunter this is going to be. Could be Questline, could be Beast, could be Wild Seed. I guess all those can start merging together, but you know. Okay, so this opening hand isn't bad. It really depends on what they are as a Hunter deck. So they have 40 HP, that doesn't really tell me much. We're just going to put down our Questline. Well, we can just use Extortion and then draw a card from the bottom of our deck. Stoker is probably the best bet, just because it will discount something, while also putting a board or a minion on the board that can't be targeted by their spells. Well, we can use Smuggler or the Stalker. We use the Stalker. I probably should have seen what I actually randomly generated here, because that wouldn't have actually been that bad of a card to put down. Okay, so they have a 3/1 on board. We can use the Operative. That costs 2 if we really feel like it. Kill it. And then we can go face. Shadow Step the Stalker back to our hand, because it will just be a free minion. Randomly generate a Gizmo. Not bad once they put down a 7/7, means we don't actually have to kill it on the same turn that they place it down. We do have a 5 already for the Smuggler, which is actually pretty good. Shell Shot is not a card I wanted to see right there. The one way to actually deal with our board right there. Let's just put this down. We're not going to try to complete the questline at this turn, mainly due to the fact that I've been Theatard too much in this game since patch to want to do something like that. Okay, so that's probably going to be Explosive Trap if I had to guess. Maybe it won't be because they didn't actually ping our 1/3. Huh. Smite's funny. I don't know if he does anything really. Okay, so it is Explosive Trap. It doesn't kill either of our minions. We can put down the Operative, which does complete our questline, and I was just completely dumb. Probably shouldn't have done that this turn. We can also put down the Fillet Fighter. Probably something that I should have saved for when we can actually put down Smite, but oh well. So they're going to draw a card here, draw another card. Good thing they don't get any additional cards. They do have their questline reward in their hand, so did we. We can just go face here, use the Gizmo Blade, then put a stealth on our minion. Hopefully it doesn't die next turn. I don't actually know how it would die. If they put down their questline reward, they only have 2 mana to work with. Okay, so we're going to actually go for our minion. And that probably means that's Explosive Trap. What do we have on board? We have 3 on our weapon, 9 with our questline reward, and Mr. Smite for game. Okay, time for a game against Warlock. Actually, not a bad hand. Let's just keep everything here. We're just missing a Sinstone Graveyard. But in theory, if there's one at the bottom of the deck, we can instantly draw into it. Dulker is actually pretty good. This is probably going to be Imp Warlock, if I had to guess. Okay, just going to put down a Stalker. See what we can actually top deck next turn. Fiendish Circle. Not a card that I want to see this early on in the game. I guess as long as they don't have a Vile Library, it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so we can coin, see what we can grab here. There's our Graveyard. Okay, now we can play the Graveyard. That's a 3-drop at this point. We can kill one of the minions here. Might as well grab a 4/4. I don't think it's going to get any bigger if we just sit on it. And it does put some board pressure on them. Okay, Red Herring. Not what I want to see yet. Can kill at least 1 minion. Extortion allows us to kill a second one. Also gives us another part of our quest line. Ooh, probably actually should have used our hero power. I think Flame Imp is the least disastrous here. Let's just give them that and then pass the turn. Another Stalker, which will discount the assassin in our hand. And kill 1 minion there. Kill the 3/2 just to minimize damage. See what we can generate here. We really want a 3/3. I guess having a 3/3 just to help get rid of the board next turn should be a little bit helpful. We're trying to minimize the amount of damage we're going to take during the 2 turns. If we get a Shadow Step, we can start just assassinating things to do. And I don't mind keeping the 2 imps. Oh, there is a Shadow Step. Speak it into existence, I guess. And kill both of the minions. And kill that. And Shadow Step this. And then we can kill one of the others just to minimize damage. Put down the mole and then pass turn back. Okay, a Void Walker. A Shifty Bartender. That's a little bit annoying. Stone Graveyard. And we only have 7 cost cards in our hand. Is there a way for us to get lethal here? Is the question. Without dying ourselves. Let's see what we randomly generate. Another Taunt. But let's just put down Herring, because unless they have a Starfish, which I guess some Imp Warlocks are actually running. Actually, I think those are more Control Warlocks that are running that. But we do have a 12 HP minion as a body, which makes it really easy for us to actually win here. In theory, at least. Okay, so they're going to put out a lot of minions. As long as they don't have any board clears, we're fine. The Smite should be victory next turn. Sight, Assassin, not necessary. Let's see what we can randomly generate. Now that would just kill us, and we'll Smite to victory. Alright, time for a game against Priest. Graveyard is actually pretty good to see as a second card in our opening hand. Getting rid of Scabs, though. Okay, so we're going to play our questline reward and then pass the turn to them. Let's see what they're actually playing. Oh hey, questline priest. Supposedly that's actually pretty good after the new balance changes, even though priest didn't get any type of buffs. We can put down the graveyard just to put down the graveyard. We're going to coin something out. Okay, so switcheroo. We can put down a smuggler just to put down the smuggler. Getting a 1-drop, that is a 1/1. It is to be expected, I guess. There's quite a few 1/1s in the game. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We can kill... Oh no, we can't actually kill that minion this turn. Oh no, we could. We can attack into that with a 2/4. I don't want to have to do that, but we can do that. Then we can give additional attack to this. Go face, kill that. Do we want a 3/3? 3/3 wouldn't be bad this early on, I guess. Okay, so... wonder if they're Reno. There's a bunch of odd card choices that they've been doing. Let's see what we can get here. Now I kind of wish I had actually not had a 3/3. Can keep digging, I guess. There's another graveyard, which means whatever we use here is going to be a 4/4. Might as well, I guess. More board pressure. Oh, Shadow Step. It's kind of interesting. But what do we actually want to do here? We could, in theory, just start using Shadow Step. Putting down the Battleground Battlemaster to do a bunch of face damage this turn. Won't necessarily kill them, but we can Shadow Step it back to the hand, and as long as 2 of our minions survive next turn, we should actually be in a winning position. Okay, Light Bomb kills all of our minions. Just need something to survive. Stalker is something that can actually survive a few turns if they don't have any other type of AoE. We get lethal though. We do 2 damage here. That brings us to 2, thus giving us a questline reward. That doesn't really do us much. How much? Oh, actually we could just use this to increase the HP pool on all of our spirits. Hopefully this will work. Then if those survive and we can actually get through their face, we should be in a pretty good position. Because I think we do have enough mana to kill whatever they play if they do have a taunt. Okay, so that isn't technically what I wanted. They're at 14 HP. Battleground Battlemaster gives us perfect lethal, actually. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So overall, this deck actually shocked me of how well this turned out. It turns out Red Herring is actually really powerful if you can protect it in some type of way, and this is the perfect home for it. It's a card that I've been actually really looking forward to trying to make work in any type of deck since Castle Nathria actually came out. The only thing that I will say about this deck that is a little bit disappointing is I'm not really using any cards that recently got buffed up. I tried some other buffed up decks such as Secret Rogue, Questline Paladin, or even Enraged Warrior, but all of those fell a little bit short, and I needed a little bit more extra time to figure out how to do them. And this was an idea that I've been sitting on for a while, and honestly, this is an easy recommendation that I can make for you to play, mainly due to the fact that this had a 55% win rate, and it turns out you can actually steal a bunch of games through the SI gadgets that you actually generate through the quest, or even just through OTKing your opponent through a Battleground Battlemaster or a Red Herring. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.